And to get us latest on the stabbing incident in Germany, we are now being joined by James Jackson, who's a journalist and political expert from Berlin. He's joining us live from Berlin. Hi, James. Now, ISIS has claimed responsibility for the Solingen stabbing, and a Syrian man has admitted to the crime. However, the involvement of this person is currently under investigation. You're joining us live from Berlin. What more can you tell us?
I think it's worth pointing out that ISIS has claimed responsibility, but they haven't provided any evidence for this. So they have a history of claiming responsibility for attacks, which they did not have any involvement with. We still have to wait and see whether they were actually involved in this or if they're just trying to use this brutal attack to promote their agenda.
Right, James, here is what we know, that the alleged perpetrator is in custody, but there are also two other arrests that have been made. Just to follow up on that, did all three of them know each other?
So definitely two of them knew each other, or rather that's reported in German media. One of them is just 15 years old from Kyrgyzstan in Central Asia, and he is accused of not reporting the crime. What we've heard is that the Syrian who was arrested said that I'm going to stab them all today, and the young person did not report them. However, I don't think it's being checked whether there was any other involvement in the crime, but it does appear, at least now that the Syrian acted alone.
Now, this is also not the first time that such an incident of mass stabbing has taken place in Germany. In June itself, a police officer was attacked by a knifeman. What kind of steps are the German authorities taking to curb this menace?
Of course, this happening so shortly after the stabbing in Mannheim, which killed a police officer, means that we've been having a national debate about knife crime, with a number of senior figures in the Social Democratic Party calling for a ban on carrying knives outside, on stricter rules. But we're also talking about immigration, and the Conservative opposition leader, Friedrich Merz, has come out to say that Germany should stop taking people from Afghanistan and Syria. So this will be having wide-ranging consequences on the German political debate, far beyond the question of just knives.
Right, just to follow up on that, James, and my last question to you. The police in Solingen arrested the suspect at an asylum seeker's home. Just give us a lowdown of perhaps the dynamic of the asylum seekers and local residents in the area.
I can't say too much about local asylum seekers in Solingen, but one report that has come through today is that the alleged perpetrator was supposed to actually be deported last year, but simply disappeared. So they were meant to go back to Bulgaria, where they were first registered, and be sent back there, but then they disappeared and authorities were not able to find them and deport them. So of course now many people are asking about deportations and how did the security services fail in this way? Germany has been having a debate around asylum seekers and refugees for about 10 years now, since Angela Merkel made the decision to allow in 1 million people from Syria and other parts of the Middle East and Africa. But I think recently the debate since these two stabbings has now reached fever pitch, and we can expect potentially some policy changes, with even liberal commentators deciding that to call for a reform of the asylum law.
James, now the Islamic State has said that they have taken responsibility for the mass stabbing in Solingen, and they're saying that they were seeking revenge for Muslims. Do you see this as a rerun of what is happening in the UK right now, which perhaps we're witnessing in Germany as well?
I think what we have a danger of in Germany is that the far-right Alternative for Germany will use this for their agenda, and this could lead to outbreaks of racialized violence, as we've recently seen in the UK. So far, that hasn't happened. Things seem to be very peaceful. Germany is in shock, in mourning, but there have not been any violent reprisals. but there have been attempts by the far right to utilize this. And as you mentioned in your report, Björn Höcke has said that things can't go on and that you need to vote for his party in state elections, which are just 1 week away. So the timing of this was very bad for the government. The centre-left traffic light government under Olaf Scholz was predicted to do very badly in upcoming Eastern German elections, with the conservative CDU, Christian Democrats, and the far-right Alternative for Germany both tipped to win. I think this could potentially tip the balance in favour of the AfD. We will have to see that and have to see how successful they are with their campaigning. But the knife crime and so-called migrant crime has been a big topic for both of the right-leaning opposition parties.
Right, James, thank you so much for joining us on WION.